Um, Hello, everyone. So, Tableau extensions from workarounds to internal products. Let me frame the talk first. This is about Tableau work that starts as workarounds, then becomes something people use again and again. My claim is quite simple. Some Tableau hacks deserve to become tools. I will start with why extensions are useful for this kind of work, then the basic setup, and then 5 examples, and then the production part, hosting, security, approvals, and support. So, why you're listening to me here? A quick context about me. I'm Eduard Nizamov, head of BI at 01 Tech here in Cyprus, where I fully manage the BI function. Previously, I spoke at Tableau user groups in Serbia and moved to Cyprus just in October of the previous year. So this is my first local talk, and I will be happy to meet with anyone here after the talk. So for this speech, the relevant part is that I have worked on around 15 or maybe 20, maybe even more Tableau extensions, public experiments, and internal tools, internal corporate tools, I mean. So today I will show you only a few, where some are mine, and you can even find them on my website, and some were built by my colleagues. So, Tableau teams are already good at workarounds, you know that. That is one reason we like Tableau, and actually hate as well, I'm sure. Dual axis, parameter actions, set actions, dynamic zone visibilities, and so on. But many requests are specific. KPI comparison logic, flexible calendar presets, let's say, a customer journey style flow, or multi-select parameter, let's say. The business rule is usually the important part. That is why I built more of these myself now, with a reusable base, changing a focus than bending and generic coding parts, the coding part cheaper, definitely. The questions, what reads, who proves it, who can sleeve, and who supports it. So the goal is not the local host hacks, the goal is reusable architecture. In practice, that means a data contract, hosting option, security review, and CI/CD flow. Quick meme pause. Yeah, I do have memes in my speech today. Sorry for the quality, but this is about data contracts. This is my pain because we always try to make the data contract for every basic BI product which we provide. So before the examples, one architecture slide. Otherwise, it can look like 5 unrelated tools. A Tableau extension is a small web application integrated into a Tableau dashboard as an iframe. It's loaded from a URL and talks back to Tableau through the extension's API. The .trex file is the manifest. It's basically an XML file. Which has a type normal with hosting, versions, and release control. There are two main types of extensions. These extensions is a quite new type. This is, and it adds a new visualization type to worksheets. And the second one is dashboard extension. It's embedded, it's kind of an embedded UI block inside the dashboard. That is the general idea of how extensions work. And but hosting depends on the data path. Static hosting is enough for pure visual helpers. If you need some tokens, some backend write actions, audit logs, and so on, or maybe to work with the Tableau server REST API, I will show you some examples. You need a backend. not just a front end. So for BI teams, I would keep the rule simple. Start small, but if you start working with the real data, with secrets, with tokens, permissions are involved, bring your DevOps team, your IT security as early as possible. Do not put tokens in the front-end code. So the next part, this is the first example. It's a KPI card extension. Actually, this one is the KPI card, Viz extension. But this part, I have to pause here and inform you that's going to be the only one picture of real Tableau during my presentation. All other, hello, our Tableau meetup, sorry. Well, one simple KPI card can become 10 plus calculations, several worksheets, sparkline logic, period comparison, some layout tricks. You probably know that. It's a real routine. It's not impossible, just painfully repeatable. Next metric, next dashboard, next stakeholder, it really takes a lot of developers' time. So with the extension, you can choose a measure and a date field, and the card renders the rest. Sparkline, delta, period, previous period comparison, status bar, highlights, chart switching, styling, and so on. Same business outcome, much less manual dashboard work. This slide is just the same pattern, repeated 4 times. Each metric has its own card and chart. And from are not dashboard. Copy-paste configs different workbox. KPI card is a clean front-end example. It reads Tableau data in the dashboard context and renders a visual. And no backend, no tokens, and so on. Next slide is another example. It's a Dendro Map Explorer. The real use case was closer to a journey map. I needed a tree-like view for a specific process. And Tableau didn't provide that native chart from out of the box, which matched my needs cleanly. So the extension reads worksheet summary data from Tableau and renders the structure inside the dashboard. Search, zoom, then expand, collapse are just controls around the view. So I needed a customer journey map, and Tableau didn't have that shape out of the box. So that is the reason why this extension came out. Another quick meme pose about that visualization. Yeah, this is just the only, basically that was just the one reason why I built that extension. Okay, the third example is a workspace extension. It is important not only to find dashboards, but to make people really use them. In the screencast, the green and orange flags show what is new and what is not reviewed yet. Well, I have to confess, I actually missed the orange EU80 flags on this screencast. I'm sorry, but trust me, they are there. That extension helps to trigger users to open dashboards, check their part, and finish acceptance instead of leaving a published dashboard in some unclear state. The structure, so basically, I mean, this is the idea to raise the adoption. The structure can be built from Tableau REST API or repository metadata, projects, workbooks, views, owners, status, and so on. The extension turns that into a workspace with a tree, cards, search, filters, and favorites. Honestly, this could be a standalone product outside of Tableau. But inside Tableau, we get a useful security boundary. Tableau already handles sign-in for us, and the tool is not exposed as a separate public page. So for internal BI workflow, there is often enough reason to keep it as an extension inside a Tableau server. Next slide is an example which changes the definition of extensions again. I mean, this is not a visualization. This is an operation tool embedded into Tableau. User management portal wraps the Tableau server REST API into one interface. So you choose a site, group, user, then select projects, workbooks, maybe dashboards, and grant access to all selected objects in one action. It also covers licensing, group membership, and copying access from one user to another, for example. The main point is maximum flexibility and speed for repetitive work. Same logic as Workspace. This could live outside of Tableau, but the extension format covers the sign-in part for us. From a security point of view, that is simpler than exposing another entry point for an admin tool. The backend calls the Tableau REST API, but personal access tokens are not stored in the browser. They stay server-side and encrypted. The saving is really practical, I should say, depending on the task, on my experience on the task and the volume of the task. This can save hours, really hours of our BI developers' work. And the fifth example, finally, AI on our meetup. So everyone has an AI button, right? Tableau has Pulse, Tableau Agent, Tableau Next, and so on. All is great, but not every team can use the newest cloud-only features. For example, I don't. We have on-premise Tableau server, and I guess a lot of companies still live on such kind of infrastructure. So this was my experiment. What if the assistant lives inside the dashboard and works with the data and the context the user is already looking at the dashboard? In this video, I'm not asking one small question. I ask the assistant to build a complete dashboard. KPI cards, charts, detailed table, and insights as well. The extension is only the UI layer. In the setup, the front end is hosted on Netlify service. The backend runs on my own VPS, and Tableau MCP queries Tableau through vSQL data service. This is one possible interface for that workflow. Another option is direct interaction between Cloud Code and the server. You have probably tried such option. And the extension version is useful when the dashboard itself matters. Current filters, current visuals, and exactly this data source which is built under this workbook. So what you see here is the full canvas mode. But by default, the same assistant can also be a chat panel, just this right part. It could be just a chat panel on the side of an existing dashboard, hidden behind a button if needed. In that mode, the idea is close to Cloud Code. The assistant uses tools to answer questions, but it can also generate visualizations directly inside the Tableau extension. And they are interactive, actually. So you can even see some tooltips and so on. So full canvas is the bigger self-service version. It renders visuals on the page and can save them on a dashboard. So, however, I have to confess, this is just an experiment. I can't say it's really useful in all the cases. Just I wanted to try something like that. Well, let me describe the hosting in simple terms. Tableau doesn't magically host your extensions. The .trex file points to a URL, and Tableau loads the page inside the workbook. This works the same for Tableau Cloud and Tableau Server, for both of them. The URL must be HTTPS, and the site admin adds the extension URL to the safe list in the settings of the Tableau server site. The first case is front-end only. Netlify, Vercel, or any reliable static HTTPS host can be enough. API cards and Dendromap are examples here. The extension Tableau extensions, a render, Tableau, no personal access tokens, and so on. The second case is front-end plus backend. This is where user management portal and the AI assistant live. If the extension calls Tableau REST API, for example, stores tokens, writes something back, logs actions, or calls an LLM, for example, then the sensitive parts should move to the server. For smaller setups, that can be a VPS with Docker. Coolify service is one of possible tools here. It's on its outsourced service. I've tried it as well. It gives you a deploy panel, runs applications as Docker containers, and can keep front-end and backend in one place. This is really nice. So, but the trade-off is simple. Coolify itself needs access rules, needs updates, monitoring, incident handling, and so on. For corporate internal products, I would say I would use and recommend to use the approved company platform if it exists. GitLab CI with Kubernetes, for example, is one of common versions. But the exact brand names are less important than the pattern. Approved repository, CI/CD, managed runtime, secrets, release control, and so on. But I hope if you start this process, you will find colleagues from IT departments in your companies to help you with that. So this is the wider point I wanted to end with. LLM tools made internal applications and tools much cheaper to build. I'm not saying they replace serious enterprise platforms, but for the layer of tools around BI workflow, admin tasks, dashboard helpers, and repeated manual work, the economics changed, as per my opinion. BI and Tableau are my example. We have always built around the platform. Nested calculations, parameters, actions, layout tricks, and so on. Now more of that work can move into proper internal tools. That is why I stopped treating ready-made tools as the default answer for my questions. Sometimes they fit perfectly, but very often the valuable part is the company-specific part. Your workflow, your rules, your data access, your approval path, your stakeholders' needs, and so on. Buying a large generic tool for a small specific pain can be expensive in a very boring way. So my argument is this: if the workaround repeats, it's no longer a workaround. It's a product waiting to happen. I think so. But it needs Rails. Data contract, hosting, security checklist, publishing steps, runbooks, and so on. That's what makes it safe and stable enough. And I think this is bigger than Tableau, actually. Many IT teams will probably have more internal applications and tools because building them is cheaper now. The question is not only can we build it, but the question is can we own it properly? That's it for today from my side. I will leave some useful links here. The architecture and security article, and some others. So you can find my links here.
Thank you very much, Eduard, for the interesting presentation. Extensions is a really big new world of possibilities. Yes, here is your gift. Eat, sleep, Tableau, repeat.
Thanks. This is exactly why I came here.
And now, let's start our Q&A session. Who wants to ask question?
Thanks, Eduard, for the presentation. Before building an extension, do you check if there's anything out there already built? Do you use it, and how do you evaluate the security?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, definitely. I always check the available possibilities, available and ready-made extensions, and I should say, actually, I know all of them for now, which are built publicly. I mean, and we actually use. I can say here, I think no problem, info topics super tables for our business needs. Sometimes we really face with some problems, some features which we need, and they are not provided by this service. So one day, I hope we will switch from these super tables to our own product as well. So that's why we actually produced all these Rails architecture.
Thank you for the question and for the answer. Who?
Thanks a lot for this presentation. The question is, how many users of Tableau do you have? Because this looks like a big amount of work. Yeah, and I think it should be based on a lot of people use it. That's why you need a lot of extension.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, good question. We've got more than 1,000 users currently, and we've got around 20 BI developers. So we really need these admin tools like user management portal, for example, and we really use it, and it really saves a lot of time for us. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eduard, for the presentation. I really respect your work. It's awesome. I would like to ask you about AI assistant. As you mentioned, honestly, I'm not a user of Tableau. I tried it several years ago as a hobby. My company use Power BI, and I heard that you mentioned that Tableau has their own AI assistant built into platform, right? And
Yeah, right.
Same as mine, we have Copilot, but none of 700 users try to investigate it and use it. So I am building the same assistant as you do, but inside of corporate messenger. So my question is, did you measure how users interact with your solution? Do they go back every day and still use it, or just tried once and lose?
Yeah, thanks. So basically, like, what is the adoption of this AI assistant? But unfortunately, I have to say this one, I mean extension, AI assistant, is not integrated in our production parts of work. It's just my public pet project or some kind of that. As I said, it's kind of an experiment. I really believe in that chat block, this side panel, you know. But still, we haven't integrated it yet. But speaking about AI assistants, we do have some users who asks to integrate Claude Code, let's say, to our job, to connect it to the Tableau server and to integrate with the data. So I believe they will use such kind of chats because, and actually I didn't like the flow of working with the data from Claude Code because it was not enough for me. I wanted to see visualizations still. I would like to see. So I think that these interactions with the visualizations still would be, yeah, users can like it. I think. I hope so. But still, yeah, it's not public. I mean, it's public, but it's not in production. But
Thank you.
I can share with you some knowledge. Maybe you can start and tell us later how it works.
Thank you. Who is next?
Thank you for presentation. It's looks really good. And what do you think about the next steps of your assistant? About developers, yeah. How many people do you need to like to put it in prod, and how do you think how much time it could take? And some another question about future maybe of AI as you worked with this. How do you think how much time do it need to I don't know cover really some job of some analysts because it's look like it could make some job like for junior, maybe like a middle analysts to provide information for stakeholders. And one more question, if about how do you handle security issues? IT secure to your as data of do you handle it? So like these questions. Thank you.
Okay. Let me start from the last question. So we first of all we actually we started with some MVP as my own pet project on Netlify service. It was really just my own project. Later I came to our IT security guys and DevOps teams and so on. So we just discussed what to do and how can we provide an architectural level for all these things. So they just gave me some recommendations. They did some reviews step by step, and we did a lot of job, and we produced some run books, how we host them, what steps you need to do, what are the security questions, checklists actually. So all is documented, and we just follow it every time we start making any extension. Speaking about installation and how many people we need, actually, for now, we need just one person to develop the extension, and by his own, he can host it with his hands, no problem. Just all these steps are reviewed, of course, by some security guys or DevOps and so on. All is monitored by Grafana, by alerts, and so on, so we can see if there is any improper way of using our, let's say, tokens in the front-end code, for example. So, and the third question, I believe we still need such kind of vendors like Tableau or Power BI, and they provide a huge part of job which you cannot cover with small pet projects, with your wipe coding experiments and so on. But just to integrate some kind of workflows to automate some of your job is our closest future for us, definitely. And we try to, we actually, I can't say we widely integrate AI into our job, into our processes, but we widely investigate how we can integrate it. So this is the answer, I think. We are still looking